Welcome back to another episode of the Crypto Serpent, and if you do enjoy the videos, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Well, we have a very important episode. There's quite a few things to cover off. Let's kick off with some of the major wins as the active addresses hit an all-time high, driving factors behind the surge. So, numbers don't lie. People lie. I know that people can have different opinions. I know that some of you, have sometimes, emotions that kick in when, especially when the price goes up or down. There's a euphoria when price goes up, and when price goes down, it causes, some negative feelings. But the one thing that holds true is that numbers don't lie, and the number of active user addresses reached an all-time high on the XRP blockchain. That is bullish. Very cool to see. Now, the surge in activity may be related to increased adoption following recent partnerships made. Could be. All the partnerships that have been announced across Asia. Once a partnership gets announced, that's bullish, but then the implementation of that is even more bullish. So that there is really important to address. Now, despite the uncertainty, obviously, with the current case going on, around the world, there is a lot of attention going towards XRP. Asia loves it. Europe are big fans as well. The Middle East, there's some deep connections being made over there. And so overall, while you might be looking at the price and be like, come on, do something, things are happening. It's just the one thing that you want to happen isn't happening yet. But things take time, right? So lots of cool things are happening. They're going to be a player in the NFT space. Very cool to see. Now, for the day ahead, when we look at the XRP, what are we looking at? What are some of the key levels that we're looking for? We broke down from the 110 support level. So what we are looking for now is that 106, 38.2 fib retracement level. And then we have, obviously, on the upside, we've got 117 and we've got 140. Should we break down from $1.06, then we probably could potentially be going to $1 flat. Now, I don't think we'll get anywhere near $1.06 at the moment. I think, and I'll show you why that in a couple of minutes. But these are the key numbers, right? 106 is very important. And I think from 106, we will bounce very cool. Now, XRP finally nears a bullish breakout. So we are not far away from the bullish breakout that's going to take us to, to the $1.20, $1.50, push us towards $2.50, and then go into the $3 area. So we are pretty close to the finally having that slingshot. And from different analysts all over the world, they're all talking about the rebound, to get to $1.23. Then we bottomed out, and we're bottoming out even further. And now we're going to continue to rise and continue to push forward. And they've made attention here on 122, 131, $1.42, $1.53, and $1.70 as key areas of interest to take a look into. So they're very important numbers, and we will see how each step of the way we monitor and analyze it. Now, Ripple versus SEC case is partially pumping up XRP price as it takes a positive turn. Around the world, many people have already started to notice that the case is heading towards a Ripple win. And the sentiment around the world is that it is bullish for Ripple, bullish for XRP. And these are not XRP army people talking. This is just a general public, the general people that are involved in the game in a very big way. The whales are starting to wake up to the possibility of being long-term investors in Ripple. Now, today we will cover off, what's going on here with the price, where are we heading to, what does that look like, and then, what are some of the key areas that we need to look out for. When you zoom out, everything makes a lot more sense, and zooming out really does paint a really good picture about how we're going to get to that $14 level. Now, I like what Mr. XRP has done here. It says, how's yesterday's ranging looking like? When you look at the bigger picture, you can see that this particular formation that is building, that's very cool, because from that particular perspective, once we break out of this other trend line, which is sitting at probably $1.40, that there will be a very cool aspect on how it's going to get us far into this particular run. But you got to zoom out. That's the key. You need to zoom out. When you zoom out into 2017, 2018 territory, look what happened here. Like that there. And then look at those monster candles that came afterwards. Like, huge. And then a little bit more retrace, and then another major one, and that was it. And then since 2018, we've been steady, coming back. And finally, looks like history is about to repeat itself and break out for the future all-time highs. The next wave of all-time highs. So really, life is, when you zoom out, this game does make a lot of sense. A lot of sense. Now, from a fib retrace level, we look at what's going on here. We look about where we're heading to, and then how we're going to go up. We'll talk about that today. And when we look at this cup and handle from 2018 on, yeah, $15 to $16. For me, it's coming. For me, it's absolutely coming. It's not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. But right now, we do need to focus, obviously, on the first steps. And the first steps are to get to that break in this particular line and go towards $1.50, $1.70 and stay there for a little bit before we head towards $2 territory and beyond. But let's jump into it, Tani. Let's have a look at some of the indicators. Okay, so as we begin to look at the charts today, we're looking at the 12-hour and particularly at the moment, as we're sitting 5.39% down at the time of making this, I'm focusing on the moving average 100 on the 12-hour. I think we'll cross that and maybe even touch 107, 108 for a little bit and then go up. The other option is that we don't find support there and then we actually go to 106. So at the moment, it looks like we probably will break below the 109. And I think 106.43 should be roughly where we end up. Maybe a 6 flat as well. So our $6 flat USD. Remember, on the channel, we do speak in USD. Now, when we look at the hourly, we can see here the hourly is starting to move down again. And so that's about to touch the end of the Bollinger Band for the hourly. But across the board, everyone is in the red except for Phantom and a few others, right? There's not many that are not in the red right now. And we're simply finding that support level. Now, at the 4-hour mark, we can see that, at the 4-hour, we can see that, 106.44 would be the bottom. But should we break down even further from there, then we would go down into $1.03 territory. So exciting times. If you missed the boat before the last push, we might be heading back down that road. And good time for accumulation, right? I mean, more accumulation happening. But on the 12-hour, we are almost at the end of the Bollinger Band. Now, when we look at the MACD on the 24-hour one, you can see that there is still a big gap for bullish signal. Now, if we do end up with the 106, then I think from here we will then find that support that's going to then take us towards 120 and beyond. So a little bit more patience. Could be another 24 hours, and then we'll kick off again. Let's have a look at some drawings. Okay, so as we begin to look at the drawings, and we're looking over now, from a bigger picture perspective, when we look at the waves, the wave 5. So wave 5 is what we are looking for. Wave 4 is complete. Wave 4 finished, right? 52 cents, that was it. That was as good as it got for wave 4. But wave 5 is beginning. And this will take us into double digits and beyond. This particular wave is an important wave. We've seen what's happened in the past. Wave 1, then you got wave 2. Wave 3 was huge. Wave 4 was very long. And so wave 5 will be big. Very big. Now, from a conservative level, when you look at it from this perspective, it would be, around the $20 mark. But I do think that it won't quite get there, right? We'll get to 16, 14, and then we'll have a very nice retrace before we continue the next phase and move up from there. So when we look at strategies, different ways that people are going to be selling, how they're going to be selling, where they're going to be selling, I know that it's been a very, very hot topic around this particular subject, around when do I sell, how do I sell, what do I sell, right? Well, look, I can tell you that when we get to that $15 mark, $14 mark and all that, there are very good reasons why you would want to, get rid of at least 60% of that portfolio. As we go forward and then, retrace, you might, jump back in and then ride the next wave, which would take us towards $41. And there you would sell your, 20% and then 10% of your portfolio that is left in the $180 mark. Now, this is all based on holding for years and years and years, right? This is not happening anytime soon. And again, it's not financial advice and I'm not a financial advisor, but everyone has sort of a different mix, a different take on this particular topic. And you are the only person in control of your finances, right? Unless you have a professional advisor that advises you on it. So only you can decide how much of your portfolio you sell when. And remember that each step of the way also increases the risk. So keep that in mind. Because while you might be holding on to XRP to get to $180, you could have taken 60% of your portfolio out at say $12 or $14, find yourself the next 100x opportunities and then dive into them. Do not get emotional and emotionally attached to your portfolio. Do not get emotionally attached to the company. Do not get emotionally attached to the organization, right? You can be passionate about it, you can love it, you can enjoy it, but when it comes to your finances, that is your responsibility, not theirs. And ultimately, you need to do what is best for you. So what are we going from here? We do need to find ourselves, a breakout and then go towards 140. Could we see one more time going to 110 before we head off towards 250 and beyond? Yes, that could occur. Although I don't quite think that this will play out. But if it was to play out, then it would go to $1.40. Then we would retrace back to $1, and then we would go towards $2.50 in that next wave, which means that my prediction about hitting $3 and beyond in October would be incorrect, because we would only get to about 250, 240, and then have another retrace to 180 before we push forward towards 3 in November. But I do want to mention that scenario because, as always, it's just one man's opinion, and I can and will in the future make mistakes. It's just a natural way. But as I'm interpreting it at the moment, I think that we will get that all-time high. Look at this. This is where the excitement comes in. This is where it is coming. I cannot wait for that $14 XRP. It is a matter of time. It's not a matter of when. It's not a matter of if. It's a matter of when. And I am super, super excited to be with you every step of the way. If you do enjoy the videos, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. As always, thank you. And I look forward to see you on the next one.